So recently, all over the talk, if you will, I've been seeing debates of could 100 humans be the single gorilla?
1730, I'm like,
And I'm aware, you probably thought that sounds like a rather silly idea. 100 humans would get obliterated. Or you thought they would win. And so, let me give you a straight answer right now. This is kinda how it would go.
A real gorilla!
But let's be honest with ourselves, that's boring as fuck. So I asked myself the classic power scaling question. If the gorilla and humans were all bloodlusted, could the humans win? And so that's the question I'll be answering. Could the humans win, or would the gorilla do some Planet of the Apes type of shit? But first, the rules. No weapons are allowed, only the bodies of every party. So fist fighting is okay, switching down the gorilla with a pistol is not. And this guy is going to be a silverback. And we're going to put him at around 6 foot because this guy's going to be above average. And we'll say a nice even 500 pounds in the weight department. With the humans all being pretty much average. And going by the old American style of normal, I'll say around 5'9", 200 pounds for the men, and the women will be 5'3", 162 pounds. Neither party will be interested in running away, they're all mad and interested in killing the others. And with that, how strong even is the gorilla compared to a human? Well, for starters, it's kinda hard to get an exact estimate on the full-blown strength of a gorilla, being that it's a, gorilla. So the best we've ever been able to do is some educated assumptions based off of what we've seen. And that, thankfully, should be enough for us to have a good start. And according to Google, the average silverback gorilla is going to be around 4 to 9 times stronger than our team of 100. And to potentially substantiate this claim, silverbacks have been seen cracking through some durable shit, like that glass at the zoo that people are always saying is 100% safe, and being able to literally drag a human guy with a single hand, a literal ranger meant to handle this sort of stuff. And the gorilla effortlessly drags him for a couple of feet. So going with our human average weight, we're going to say that this gorilla can pretty reliably drag and move around 200 pounds without any strain, while an average human can only carry about 20% of their own weight. And because I can't find a metric for the women, we'll say that it's around 40 pounds each. So I can confidently-ish say that for the sake of this debate, the gorilla will be around 500% stronger than our humans, which I think adds some weight to the gorilla being able to confidently take on 10 humans without issue. And now that we've done all that boring-ass math, we can get to the fun part, the strategies. Yes, that was all leading to me getting to do some strategies that would be the simplest path victory for the humans. Because let's be real, that's what we all wanted to hear about.
Okay, Quill, you gotta cool it right now. You understand? Don't engage. We almost got this off!
tell me she's lying. Asshole! Tell me you didn't do it!
So basically, for this idea, the humans would kind of take form of that one scene in Avengers Infinity War, where about 11 men are going to surround and pin down the gorilla, while everyone else starts putting belt to ass. And little known fact about humans, we kick around 20% stronger than we punch. So the general idea means that we get this gorilla down to the ground, and then they just kind of start kicking the living shit out of him. And eventually, they'll kill him. The only issue that I can see is how that scene ended in Infinity War. But let's not talk about that, okay?
Oh yeah, that's not. Okay.
Alright, so you don't actually dance in this concept. Well, I guess you could, but the gorilla would probably kill your fodder ass. But the idea goes as follows. We get the 50 women and tell them to go, distract the gorilla. Women tend to be faster than men, especially when they have less weight to carry around, with the weight differences. So as they bob and weave the gorilla, it'll start to get tired, and then it's just a matter of jumping that motherfucker till he goes down. Nice and easy. We'll probably lose a good 20-30 of the women, and probably like 10-15 men, but that's a sacrifice a strategist such as myself has to make sometimes.
Do you think Shadow is okay?
Don't worry, he's always making a comeback.
So, this one's a bit more, out there, but the idea goes as follows. While a bunch of the people are fighting the gorilla, one of the men grabs the gorilla's gonads and rips him off. I know that sounds a bit barbaric, but it's life or death, and be honest, if you're fighting someone and then his homeboy reaches down and rips your balls off, you're gonna be pretty fucking confused.
Where's my dick at? Where? Hey!
And from there, you just have to once again pummel the primate. The only issue is that maybe the gorilla will kind of get a rage-based Zenkai boost and start ripping people's heads off instead of getting, surprised by having his nuts ripped off. But assuming that doesn't happen, they just rip his nuts off and beat him up while he's recovering from the pain. It's pretty easy.
Now, if you can't tell from my accent, I deal with deadly animals on a day-to-day basis. And considering most of the essays in Australia have the IQ of a gorilla anyway, it's fairly simple to devise a plan to deal with them. Assuming the Americans don't have a banana on them, because while they have healthy food, we have to jump the gorilla. That's right, 100 men jumping a gorilla. Sure, it might get a couple kills on the men. Best case scenario, it fractures somebody's skull and pops it like a pimple. But a kick in the balls and maybe a punch to the face or an eye poke and the mega monkey should be going down no problem. Gotta love human evolution and pure stupidity.
Hi, it's me, Blue Dude. And I know how to get the gorilla. Obviously, if this is a silverback gorilla, you would need to deal with the mass strength it has. And, of course, since males are usually the strongest, since this is the average males, no, I don't mean any bad intention in saying that, they should definitely deal with most of the damage, like damage control with punching it, bombarding it. The women, what they can do is they can distract the gorilla. I think they can distract the gorilla, yeah. They can do that. And as they distract the gorilla, the men can keep punching and punching and punching, even if they break their fists. Punch, punch, punch. And if that doesn't work, then I got no idea. I can only really do one thing if I were to be in that fight. But of course I'm not.
A gorilla comes from the jungle. But it's okay because we're already in the trees. It's nighttime, look. I turned down the brightness so it's nighttime, right? He can't see me. Somebody fucking falls from the tree. He fucking, bam, right onto his fucking head. He goes, oh, oh. No, this guy's fighting him. And the gorilla doesn't like it, so he just starts fucking eating him. Oh, oh no. And while he's eating him, another person comes down. Kablam! Down onto his fucking head. Oh, he's fucking eating me. Now he's fighting him. And now he's fucking fighting two people. There's another foot. It comes down from the top. And then, kablamo! He gets paralyzed because it hit his spine. And he's dead. Man, this fucking sucks.
Alright. In all seriousness, if the humans and gorilla were actually forced to fight to the death, the humans would take down the gorilla and it wouldn't be a struggle. Albeit, the humans would probably need some form of strategy. Luckily for us, that's been our entire thing since we were literal cavemen. The gorilla doesn't stand a chance at all, I'm not gonna lie. But now it's time for my perfect strategy. What? You really think I didn't have some dramatic ending? Please.
I got the perfect plan. This is the greatest plan.
This plan requires true synchronization, the full and utmost usage of the indomitable human spirit. Every single person has a role, and that role is simple. Every single person comes together and forms into an awesome fucking robot, and together they all enter an awesome fucking kaiju battle with GorillaBot, another kaiju formed out of 100 gorillas. And once our mech is assembled, the plan could never be easier. GorillaBot goes in for a swing, Mantron jukes to the left, and uses his leverage to dolphin dive into the kneecaps of GorillaBot, toppling the simple-minded apes and using their awesome fucking Mantron foot to crush all of the gorillas at once, including the leader, instantly. Humans take this shit easily and it's not even going to be a single casualty because Mantron is perfect. Never bring me such a stupid question like humans versus gorilla again.